Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shirley, also known as Backttalk, and I usually do anything Disney, but today I had our final review with Virgin Voyage's Scarlet Lady. I love doing these types of videos because I get to go over our overall ratings for food, ports, ship, entertainment, and everything that has to do with the voyage, as well as giving you tips based on our experience. I do want to make a disclaimer that this was the first time cruising Virgin Voyages, so a lot of my reviews are based on comparisons. I've been on the Disney cruise, I've been on the Carnival cruise and Norwegian cruise, so basing it off that. And then my friend Kitty, who also traveled with me, has been on Princess cruise. I hope you enjoy these. If you ever disagree, please let me know very nicely on the comments. And of course, leave your feedback. I always like to hear from people who have traveled with the cruise line before multiple times, or people who have cruised way more than I have. So please leave your feedback. I'm sure I would like to see it, and other people who are planning their trip would love to see it. Now let's hear all about it. Alright, our first rating is the ship. We gave the ship an 8 out of 10. This ship is absolutely gorgeous. It feels brand new. It feels like somebody had a lot of money to decorate their house and they used it well, and they just played along with colors and different textures, and it is absolutely stunning. The restaurants are all on theme. So there's like an Italian restaurant, so they decorated like it was in Italy, so it was just all very, very cute. The reason we took off 2 points, one is the layout. The layout is not circular like most cruise ships. So what I mean by that is most cruise ships, you're able to go in one way and come out a different way. In this cruise ship, there was a lot of dead ends. And so what that means is if I go in one direction, the only way to come back out is the same direction. So here you can see the arcade. In the arcade, you can only go into the arcade and then you have to go back out the way you came in. And the reason this is an issue is because of bathrooms. There's not a lot of bathrooms on this cruise ship. If you saw my tour of the cruise ship, you would notice that I did not say bathrooms a million times like I did for the Norwegian cruise, because there wasn't a crazy amount of bathrooms, and most of the time they were separated. So the women's bathroom and the men's bathroom were in two different sections, which is usually unseen. Usually you see bathrooms by the bathrooms. So yeah, that was kind of an issue. Even for Gumbay's up by the galley, and I could not find a bathroom. I had to walk throughout the entire ship to the other side and finally find bathrooms. So yeah, bathrooms and one-ways can really get in the way, so just plan for that. And then the other reason we took a point off is, one, there was no hammocks outside. We really thought there would be, but they're only in staterooms. And this was an issue for us because we stayed at the value room that had no windows, no balconies, no, nothing. So we were really looking for the hammocks, but there was no hammocks outside on the ship. And the chairs. There are so many chairs everywhere, which is amazing because a lot of cruise ships don't have places to sit, which is kind of weird. But this one had chairs everywhere. The bad thing was that we felt like Goldilocks, where we could never find the comfortable chair. We tried so many chairs. I even joked about doing a video of us trying every single chair on the cruise ship until we found the perfect one, and we never did. We never found the perfect one, but 8 out of 10. It's a gorgeous ship, and my complaints are very small, so yeah. Our next review is our stateroom. We gave it a 9 out of 10, which is really high for us. So like I said earlier, we stayed at the value stateroom. So you're not going to see the fancy side of cruising with me. I'm sorry, I am a teacher. But we still really liked the room. The room was very spacious. I did a whole video going over the entire stateroom if you want to see it. This is just some footage from that video. So space-wise, we were able to fit all of our stuff nice and comfortable. We really didn't think we were going to be able to, and we even had extra shelf space. I don't know, they really thought it out on how to maximize their space. So space-wise was great. The bed was great. It was nice and big. We thought it was going to be awkward because the beds are like twin beds and you can move them, so you can be head to head or head to feet or something. We decided to just sleep next to each other because we thought head to head would be too awkward and feet to feet would just no. Okay, the reason we took the point off is mostly the bathroom. It is tiny, and I know cruise ships have tiny bathrooms, but compared to other value cruises that we've been on, this has been the smallest. The Disney Wonder probably had the biggest bathroom for the value, and Norwegian was bigger than this one. This one kind of amounts to similar to the Carnival cruise of size, but the bath is or shower is really small. You could definitely not have a party in there. Like it's too small. But yeah, other than that, it was great. Water was amazing. What other cruise ship gives you water in your stateroom? Let me know if you know, but none others have given us water, and our person was so amazing. The first night we requested double water because we were just dehydrated, and so every day after that he would just come in middle of the day. We would never see him, he was a ghost, and leave us water all the time. We had water all of the time. It was amazing. The entertainment like on the TV was amazing. There was so many like movies to pick from, so many series to pick from. It was just amazing. You pick from the iPad. The lighting was great. There was like, you could play with lighting, so you could like, one of you could sleep and the other one could like stay up. The lighting though wasn't perfect for makeup, so that's also why we took a point off, just because the lighting was a little bit rough. And we couldn't find natural lighting, of course, because there's no windows or anything in this room. So it was kind of hard doing our makeup, but other than that, such an amazing room. Yeah, definitely a 9 out of 10. And the service, the person who helped us was amazing, also a 9 out of 10. We did consider stealing that blanket in the bottom corner, but we didn't, so good for us. Next up, we have food. For food, we gave it a rating of 8 out of 10 because there's just so much variety and it's all included. So let's start with the galley food first. The galley is kind of like the buffet, and Virgin Cruise prides itself on not doing a buffet style food. And it's nice. It still kind of works like a buffet, but with extra work, I feel. Because you have to sit down, and for some of the places you have to order through a person or a crew member, and for some of the places you can get up and pick it up yourself, so it can be a little bit confusing. On the first day we even ordered a soda, and then we learned that you actually can go up and get your own soda. So yeah, learn from us. You can grab soda or drinks or water at any point. But you do have to order some things like tacos and paninis and burgers through a crew member, and they'll bring it to you. And sometimes you wait a little bit longer, so if you're really hungry, grab something really quickly, sit down, and then order. They do have free sodas, drinks, beverages for everyone. You don't have to do a drinks package to get it. The food here can be pretty good. I was obsessed with the salad bar because I needed protein intake, and we were obsessed with the fries. Oh my gosh, the fries from the burger place were so good. I'm not supposed to have them, but I had them. They were so good. They were just too good. So these fries, get them. Of course, they have plenty of desserts. The desserts do work like a buffet where you can just go up and ask for as many pommiers as you want. I know that's what I did. Also with the fruit and jellies, and same with breakfast, there was like breads and spreads that you can just go up and get. There was like a bagel bar, a cereal bar, so those things are still there. It's just more if you want like the hot food that you have to wait for. And they do have to-go boxes with salad, sandwiches, sushi, and those are okay. A lot of this food looks good, just like every other cruise, but it's missing something. Like, cruise food is always missing a certain something. I don't know what it is. Salt, spices, I have no clue. I did have the tacos on the first night because I was so excited that our cruise finally had tacos. And they were okay. I think I got them again, so good enough to get twice, but they were just okay. We didn't try the panini press, but a lot of people always gravitated towards the section where it had like sandwiches and quick bites that you could grab, and notice that there was a line, meaning that you can just go and pick it up yourself. Noodle around we also didn't try, but this one you definitely have to order with a crew member, and they'll bring it to your table. So there was just so many options at the galley. I really enjoyed that all of the drinks were included. That's a big plus. I believe on the Disney Wonder all of sodas and juices were included. Norwegian, I want to say you had to pay extra for a soda, so if you had the drink package it came with it. And Carnival Cruise, I want to say it was the same thing. But yeah, overall the galley so good. And then let's go to the specialty dining. Those are all free. Compared to Norwegian, we were obsessed with this fact because Norwegian was so much like you have to pay. And Disney, it's mostly free except for Palo, which you do have to pay. So Pink Agave was our first choice because it is a Mexican place. Pink Agave was one of our favorite places. I was so stoked that they had Mexican food, but we did make the mistake of reserving this one for the first day on boarding day, and we were the first ones there, so we missed the like party of like sailing away. So don't do that. Make sure that on your first night you do a reservation later at night, or don't do a reservation on the first night so you can enjoy all of the like sail away festivities that we missed. You can reserve ahead of time once you have booked and did all of your paperwork, so highly suggest that. We got reservations for every restaurant we wanted. I have heard that you can do walk-ups, and we did do one walk-up once and it did work, but it's always better to just have a reservation. But yeah, Pinkagave was amazing and we loved the patatas. The steak was good. Kitty liked it more than I did. Kitty thought her fish was okay, but the dessert is what won. This was my favorite dessert of the whole ship. It's tres hojas, or mil hojas, and it's so good. And then Kitty really liked these taco things, so we came back for these later as a walk-in. The next restaurant we have is Razzle Dazzle. So many people talked about Razzle Dazzle, obsessed with Razzle Dazzle. We were not. Razzle Dazzle, it gives a lot of dazzle, but the taste is just okay. It's supposed to be like their healthy one, I want to say, with like some naughty sides. And it's okay. I don't know. The French toast was good, nothing too crazy. Kat really liked this like olive dip. She said it was good. I'm gonna believe her. So many people take pictures of this one, so I was excited to try it. It's okay, it's good. It's not my favorite. And then the rest of the food was good. You know, nothing crazy. I will tell you and be completely transparent that I'm so picky. So obviously for a person as picky as me, Razzle Dazzle wasn't the best because there wasn't many options, so I ended up eating like chicken and waffles or fries. And the fries here were not as good as the galley. If you're gonna be bad and eat some fries, go to the galley for sure. Even the tater tots were like And another thing that people love about Razzle Dazzle is the desserts. We also were disappointed with them. The cake was a little too dense, the churros were a little too hard, although the sauce was amazing. And then people love taking pictures of the cookies. Again, I think the chocolate cookie took it for that one. Then we have the Wake. Now I feel like the Wake is like the fancy steakhouse vibe. I don't really know like the theming. I would just say it's like the fancy. When you think of cruise like eating, I think of the Wake. If I was comparing it to like Norwegian, it would be like the Manhattan room. If I was comparing it to Disney, maybe Triton's room. So it's like the fancy one. Again, I'm so picky, so I'm really bad at doing food reviews. I'm so sorry. But they have, clam chowder, steak, chicken. This is the only restaurant that took over an hour to get our food. I believe we were in this restaurant for 2 hours, and if we were on Norwegian, that would be normal. Because Norwegian, in our experience, always took 2 hours for us to get in and out. For Virgin Cruise, it's actually really fast. So this was out of character, and they were so apologetic. They said sorry so many times, and we had a good time with our table mates. So it was fine. It ended up working out. But yeah, so we had different things. I think this is like a gazpacho that I had. Kitty had a salad that she thought was really good. The desserts here, so good. This chocolate tart. This is actually a cheesecake that's constructed into an orange. So good. I don't like cheesecake, but yeah, I could mess with that again. And then the breakfast, again, was okay. I ended up going for salads after this restaurant just because I ended up eating not so much, a lot of dessert, and not a lot of protein. We also have gambé. I think gambé might be my favorite. If it's not Pinkagave, it's gambé. Again, I have the palate of a toddler. Chicken nuggets all the way for me. But gambé was the only place that had sinks. Everything else had hand sanitizer. You weren't forced to do it or anything like that, but they do have it. Now with gambé, the seats are kind of uncomfortable because you're sitting with a large party of unknown guests. So if you have to go to the restroom, go beforehand, and the restrooms are all across the galley. So just plan accordingly is what I'm saying. But gambé was so fun. They give you a soju bottle for the table, and you play a game, and then somebody's there cooking for you and giving you like different appetizers. I do not eat seafood, but they had KFC chicken. And you can order as many as you want, even if you're in a restaurant. It's still kind of buffet style, so he would say, okay, I'm ready for entrees. Does anybody else want an appetizer? And I'm like, can you bring me like 2 more of these? So he brought me more KFC, and that's pretty much what I ate most of the night, just that chicken. So crispy, so good. You can also buy soju bottles straight from gambé with your alcohol credits and then take them to your stateroom. So fun. It was free alcohol, so great. And then Extra Virgin. Extra Virgin is like the Italian restaurant of the Virgin Cruise Line Voyage. Very fancy, very like opposite of Gumbe. We did Gumbe during Scarlet night because we wanted to have fun, you know, that night. And then we did Extra Virgin on a day that like before we on board where we just want to have a chill night. So different vibes for sure. So Kitty really liked this place. I really liked the meatballs. I will say this was the one place where the crew member kept checking in on me because I wasn't eating my food. I just can't eat like creamy food. I don't eat seafood. So it was really hard for me to find something other than the meatballs and the dessert. Oh my, the dessert here. These like donuts were so good, and they had an ice cream cart and you can put different toppings. So good. And then just overall food was 8 out of 10. Again, the 2 points is just because it's cruise food at the end of the day, so there's some hits and some misses. And but overall it's great. Like I said, everything's included, including pizza. The only thing that's like all day is breakfast, so that's kind of a bummer. So like if you go at 3 a.m. the only thing you'll find is breakfast. But there's ice cream, there's gummy bears, there's fudge, everything is free. The only thing that cost, I want to say, was coffee. There are 2 coffee stands, one in deck 4 and one in the galley. I don't know the price, but I think it was reasonable. I think I looked and it was like $3.50, $4.50, so reasonable. So overall, really good value for your money for food because there's so much, and there's so many healthy options too, like the salad bar. Like what? So cool. Entertainment, we gave it a 7 out of 10. I know what but we'll talk about why here in a second. So entertainment, I just want to go over your options. You do have a casino. We did not play at all, but here are some machines. We live in Arizona, so we have Vegas 4 hours away. So if we're gonna gamble, we're gonna do it in Vegas. Do it the Vegas way. They do have private karaoke and public karaoke. We only did private karaoke. No one is ever here. Like rarely did we see people here. We could have any room. We always took the biggest room and had such a blast. We spent hours at the private karaoke. They have board games. They have, I don't know what this is called, flip toss, disc throw. No idea. They had foosball. We did a lot of foosball and air hockey. And they have an arcade that I showed earlier in the video. So yeah, entertainment wise, you can always find something to do. And then let's talk about what they offered. So we did do the VHS classes. They also had a voice band class, and it's like a workout class. We actually worked out. I was sweating at the end of this. Also something you need to book. So another tip, as soon as you get on the ship, get on the Wi-Fi. Like as soon as you do it, get on the Wi-Fi and then start signing yourself up for everything and anything that you might be slightly interested in. You can always just opt not to go. It's not like they charge you if you don't go. It's better to just reserve it and then decide later and cancel it later. So VHS is one that was highly reserved and booked out constantly. So look for that one. We did some crafts. We did some like speed jigsaw. No, we did not win. No, I think we were like behind by like 5 minutes. We finished it 5 minutes after the winning team, and I don't know what they won actually. A high five maybe. We did do the grog walk where you have to walk. Or overall reviews on that was, if you want to meet friends, do it. If you are open to different alcoholic options, do it. For us, we were like about it, so hit or miss. The nightlife was fun. We did take points off because of the DJ transitions. We are very snarky with our DJs. We love dancing, so we've met a lot of DJs, and the DJ transitions were a little slow. So that's why the nightlife didn't get that high of a ranking, but it's definitely fun, and you can dance every single night, which we did. Scarlet night is an option. Oh my, every cruise ship should have Scarlet night. We went to our restaurant, we ate at Gumbe, and then when we came out, there was so much going on. We're like, when did this happen? Like, you don't even notice it. It was so fun. Constant things to do. You just have to walk around, see what's going on. There's events everywhere, live music everywhere. And then of course the party by the pool. So fun. Everybody wears red. I would recommend you just wear like a red swimsuit because you're gonna get wet anyways, and don't worry about like a red dress or anything. Like red swimsuit, wear whatever you want on top because you're gonna end up getting wet anyways. The same dancers that you see throughout the whole cruise ship are there for the Scarlet night, and you get to dance with them and have a good time. Here's Kitty and I just vibing. Just so many people having a good time. Now here's why we gave it a 7. So I already talked about a little bit of reservations. If you don't book it, it's kind of unfortunate because once it sells out, it sells out. So you might not be able to do something you really wanted to do. The DJ transitions was a bummer, and then sometimes the clubs closed earlier than posted, so that was also a bummer. As far as like the shows go, I don't want to like uncredit the crew. The crew was amazing. They put so much energy. I mean, just look at them. The dancing was great. There was this dancing night thing where you're standing up the whole time watching them dance, which is interesting. There's dual reality, which was our favorite. There's the not safe, I don't know what it's called, but there's like a not safe for work kind of show that was really fun. But they're not compared to other ships, they're not Broadway, right? We saw 6 on Norwegian, and I saw Frozen at the Disney Wonder. So compared to other cruises, it's not that great. And I'm really curious on if these performers have to buy their own clothes, because a lot of the times they were wearing like different mismatched outfits. So very interesting. So that's why we give it a 7. Just compared to other cruises, the quality was not there. Let's talk ports and excursions real quick, because I know this video is already long. We gave it a 9 out of 10. We went to Cozumel, Mexico, and we did the helmet scuba diving. Highly, highly, highly recommend, even if you can't swim. It's so good. We couldn't take pictures. Definitely, if you have a GoPro, take it. We were like told not to, but you could definitely do it. The only reason we gave all of this a 9 out of 10 is because they were a little bit disorganized about the excursions at Cozumel. They only had one person telling people where to go. It was very messy. Other than that, amazing. Definitely check out stores out there, get some snacks. If you want recommendations on Mexican snacks, let me know in the comments below. I am an expert in Mexican snacks. And then we also went, of course, to Bimini, the beach club of Virgin Cruise. So pretty, so gorgeous, so much shade. Compared again to like the Norwegian one or the Carnival one, the shade everywhere is just A+. And you didn't have to buy a cabana. Just so good. They had 2 huge pools, which we ended up using most of the time, and they have entertainment. The dancers are there. Of course, you can use your drink package there. Actually, I know that was a common question. Yes, you can use your drink package while you're at Bimini. The ocean was nice, but the tides were really hard. So after we got knocked out a couple times, we were like, all right, it's pool time. So 9 out of 10, amazing, just so good. No tips on these, just scuba diving with the helmet, amazing. And towels, there's towels when you get to Bimini, and alcohol package, yes, you can use it there. Final reviews. Timeliness, we gave it a 10 out of 10. There was no problems with timeliness with anything, restaurants or our room. The only time was the wake, and they were so apologetic. We could tell it was just a one-time thing. So 10 out of 10. Cleanliness, 9 out of 10. Amazing. The only reason I took a point off is because there was trash like outside at night. So I don't know when they got to clean, but sometimes there was still trash on the outside. But other than that, amazing. Value for the money, we gave it a 10 out of 10. It is one of the pricier value cruises that we've been on, but it is worth it with all the food included, Wi-Fi included. The drink package was not bad, and you got like drink credits, so it wasn't crazy. Just great. 10 out of 10. Would we recommend? We gave it a total of 9 out of 10. Yes, we would highly recommend it. I can't wait to go back. I seriously can't. It's just, whenever I budget it. The only reason we took a point off is because no children, which is not a problem for us. But if you do have children and you want to cruise with them, this is not for you. Other than that, 10 out of 10. No, it's not crazy. I know I see a lot of people post like, is this like wild? No, it's not wild. People still have manners and respectful. So yeah, overall, 10 out of 10, all of it. I mean, recommend 9 out of 10, but yeah, amazing. Everybody was amazing. Crew was amazing. Just had a great time. I hope you liked my review. Sorry it's so long. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If you have your own opinions, please put them in the chat below. I'm sure people would like to hear other opinions more than someone that's picky as me. I hope you enjoy and have a magical day. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see my other cruise videos, and of course Disney stuff. It's free to you and it helps me out. And until next time, adios.